Imagine a village gripped by drought and desperate for salvation. In the midst of their crisis, a brave young woman named Amarachi steps forward, carrying a secret that could change everything. Born with both male and female traits, her hidden truth has shaped her entire life. Now, she must confront her fears and make an extraordinary sacrifice. Will she bring the rain and peace her village desperately needs? Nestled amidst the rolling green hills and lush landscapes lies a small, bright village, seemingly ordinary but hiding an extraordinary tale. This is the village where Amarachi, a child of mystery and wonder, was born, her story resonating with the power to inspire hearts across the globe. In the year 1994, under the soft, watchful eyes of a small community, Olu prepared to give birth to her child. But unlike other pregnancies, Olu carried her baby for an extraordinary 11 months. The villagers, filled with curiosity and anticipation, whispered amongst themselves, pondering what this prolonged pregnancy might signify. It was on a dark and stormy night, as thunder roared and lightning split the sky, that Amarachi made her grand entrance into the world. Olu, with the help of Ayoka, a wise and kind midwife, delivered Amarachi amidst the chaos of the storm. As the rain poured down, it seemed as though the heavens were welcoming a child of significance. However, Amarachi was no ordinary child. She was born with both male and female anatomy, a rare condition that left her parents both awestruck and fearful. Seeking to protect their beloved daughter from potential scorn and misunderstanding, Olu and her husband whispered a plea to Ayoka, promising a piece of land in return for her silence. Thus began Amarachi's life, shrouded in a veil of secrecy. As she grew, her unique condition necessitated a life of solitude and careful concealment. She avoided the communal stream where children gathered to play and bathe, choosing instead to seek privacy in every aspect of her daily life. Her parents, though concerned, marvelled at how she managed her circumstances with grace and quiet resilience. Amarachi's quiet nature and gentle spirit did not go unnoticed. Despite her shyness, she was always ready to help others, and her kindness endeared her to the villagers. Her radiant smile and sparkling eyes won the hearts of many, and she became a beloved figure in the community. She helped old ladies carry their baskets, tended to wounded birds, and offered a comforting presence to those in need. The villagers admired her from a distance, not fully understanding the burden she carried, but appreciating her for the gentle soul she was. One day, a handsome and kind-hearted man named Tar proposed to Amarachi. His bright smile and strong arms had won the favour of many in the village, but his heart belonged to Amarachi. Their wedding was a joyous occasion, celebrated with fervour by the entire village. Flowers adorned every corner, and the sound of drums and dancing filled the air. Amarachi, dressed in a sparkling gown, looked as radiant as the moonlight on a clear river. However, beneath her smile, a heavy secret weighed on her heart. Each night, she postponed intimacy with her husband, fearing his reaction to her unique anatomy. As whispers and suspicions grew among the villagers, Tar sought answers from Amarachi's parents and the village elders. Though they urged patience, the rumours persisted, casting a shadow over Amarachi's once bright life. The villagers, who had once admired her, now looked at her with a mix of curiosity and apprehension. The respect and admiration she had earned seemed to transform into something colder, fueled by the mystery surrounding her. Desperate to confide in someone, Amarachi turned to her childhood friend, Kachi. Kachi had always been kind and understanding, a steadfast friend through the years. Revealing her secret, Amarachi found solace in Kachi's compassionate response. But as secrets often do, the truth began to spread, transforming Amarachi's life overnight. Amidst this turmoil, the village faced a severe drought, further deepening their plight. The once lush green fields turned to dust, and the river that had always bubbled happily through the village was reduced to a trickle. The villagers watched helplessly as their food supplies dwindled. At night, strange and eerie sounds filled the air, and shadows seemed to move by themselves, casting an ominous pall over the community. Fear gripped the village, making even the bravest souls shiver. Desperate for a solution, the village elders gathered under the ancient baobab tree. The tree, with its wide-reaching branches and deep roots, had always been a place of counsel and wisdom. They decided to seek guidance from the oracle. A wise person believed to have the ability to communicate with the gods. With hopeful hearts, they made their way to the oracle's hut at the edge of the village, a place shrouded in mystery and reverence. In the flickering torchlight and amidst the thick scent of incense, the oracle listened to their worries. After a long and tense pause, the oracle spoke in a deep, resonant voice. "The gods are angry," he intoned. "Our world is out of balance. Only a pure and untouched woman can make things right again and bring back the rain and peace." The elders exchanged worried looks, realizing the gravity of the oracle's words. They needed to find someone pure for the sacrifice, but the oracle also hinted at a potential danger to the chosen one. Desperate, they chose not to reveal this part to the villagers. Returning to the village, the elders called for a meeting around the bonfire. Faces filled with fear and worry gathered around, whispering anxiously among themselves. The search for a pure, untouched woman began. However, to their surprise and dismay, they discovered that not a single young girl in the village retained her virginity. Each had grown up, touched by life in ways that disqualified them from the oracle's requirements. As the elders grappled with their dilemma, one villager hesitantly suggested Amarachi. "Amarachi is pure, untouched by any man," he said, a flicker of hope in his eyes. This idea quickly gained traction. "Yes, Amarachi could save us all," the villagers agreed, desperate for any solution. With heavy hearts, the elders made their way to Amarachi's secluded hut, their torches casting eerie shadows as they walked. Amarachi, feeling the weight of their visit, let them in. The elders explained the village's troubles and the oracle's decree, carefully omitting the part about the potential danger of the sacrifice. "Amarachi, you have always been special," they said. "Maybe you are meant to do this. Can you help us? Will you be the one to go?" Amarachi felt torn between her past pain and her love for the village. Looking at the faces she had known all her life, she felt a surge of strength. With a surprising calm, she agreed. "I will go," she said. "For the village, for everyone, I will go." The following morning, as the first light of dawn painted the village in soft hues, a tense silence filled the air. Today was the day of the sacrifice, a moment woven with both hope and fear. The village elders, along with a few chosen villagers, solemnly approached Amarachi's hut. They brought with them sacred items for the offering: fragrant herbs, precious grains, and a small, ornately decorated lamb. Amarachi had spent a restless night in contemplation, grappling with the reality of her task. As dawn broke, she emerged in a simple white robe, her face serene and her gaze determined, embodying a quiet strength. The elders bowed their heads in deep respect as they met her. "Amarachi," the elder spoke, his voice heavy with emotion. "Today you do what none of us could. You carry our hopes to the sacred cliff where the earth meets the sky." Amarachi took the bundle of offerings, her voice steady and strong. "I am ready," she declared. "I do this for our future, for all of us." With the whole village watching, Amarachi began her solemn march. She walked with purpose through the village, past the parched fields, and toward the high cliff known as, at the place Wemkikai Timratwam, mortals could speak to the gods. The villagers followed at a distance, a silent procession honouring her bravery. At the cliff, Amarachi carefully arranged the offerings as she had been taught. Then she raised her arms and began an ancient chant, her voice echoing the deep fears and hopes of her people. As she called out, the sky darkened and clouds swirled above, responding to her voice. A strong wind whipped around her, making her white robe flutter wildly against the darkening sky. The villagers below watched in a mix of awe and anxiety. Amarachi's chant intensified, rising above the roar of the wind. Suddenly, the wind stopped, and a beam of sunlight pierced through the clouds, bathing her and the offerings in golden light. At that moment, something unseen struck Amarachi, knocking her to the ground. A gasp rose from the crowd, a sound of fear and worry. But before anyone could react, raindrops began to fall, soft at first, then quickly turning into a downpour, signalling that the gods had accepted the sacrifice. Cheers erupted from the village as the rain continued, a sign of the gods' favour. They danced and embraced, relieved and joyful. Meanwhile, Amarachi slowly came to, feeling the rain wash over her. She felt different, lighter. In disbelief, she realised that her male anatomy, the source of so much hidden pain, was gone. She was finally whole in the way she had always longed to be. Feeling an immense sense of relief and happiness, Amarachi touched her stomach, finding only the soft fabric of her clothes. Tears rolled down her cheeks, not from pain or sadness, but from a deep feeling of freedom. She turned to the elders and villagers, smiling brightly. "It's gone," she announced joyfully. "I am healed." The villagers, amazed by this miracle, celebrated even more. They had not only regained the rain, but also witnessed the transformation of Amarachi. She was welcomed back to the village with open arms, embraced by all, including her husband Tar, who held her tightly, his eyes filled with love and admiration. Amarachi's story, once shrouded in mystery and secrecy, now shone brightly as a beacon of hope and resilience. Amarachi taught her village the profound power of acceptance and the strength found in unity. Her journey from secrecy to acceptance highlighted the transformative power of understanding and love. The villagers learned to look beyond the surface and value the true essence of a person. Years later, Amarachi became a respected elder in the village, sharing her wisdom and experiences with the younger generations. Her story was passed down through the ages, a timeless reminder that from our deepest vulnerabilities can emerge our greatest strengths, and that true acceptance lies at the heart of every community. Thank you for joining Jum's journey and experiencing the power of acceptance and resilience with us. If you found her story inspiring, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned for more captivating tales ahead. Until next time, farewell.